Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your boy Phoenix over here. Just gonna walk you guys through how I completed the escort mission for the Broken Rain Incursion completely solo. Now, unfortunately, I am having some issues with my mic, so please bear with me as I'm gonna just be using some text to describe what is going on. But I will be leaving the description for my build in the description down below. So please check that out if you're wondering what it is I'm rolling. All around, this is going to be a very simple walkthrough and nothing too complicated.
Telemetry looks good, payload looks good. Patch will halt if you get too far ahead, but will follow again when you go back to him. That storm is getting pretty close to you. Is stating the obvious a special talent of yours? It's one of the JTF's APCs. These Rikers mean business. That'll be Dwayne. He's very serious about fortification. Holy shit, that was a big one. You all still breathing? That's it, but you need more power. I don't know how you're gonna get Patch past that bridge. The Rikers are getting power to that crane somehow. Take a look around. Now, you should be able to operate the crane.
Alright, now this is where it does get a little bit complicated because after you do put the bridge down, then you have to go over, you start to engage with enemies, start destroying the piece of the APC unit. But as you're doing so, you'll notice that the patch has not moved at all. It's still in the same spot. Nobody's attacking it. So as far as when it triggers to move over to you, it does tend to vary as I've tried this multiple times. And each time it seemed like it kind of, moved over at its own pace, at its own time. See, now obviously right here, my build is pretty decent about keeping me alive, but it doesn't mean that I'm invulnerable, so you do want to sometimes know when to take a step back and re-engage the enemies over focusing on destroying the APC. Because if you just focus purely on trying to take down that APC, regardless of how well your armor is at the time, you could potentially be overwhelmed with enemies. So you do want to try to, re-engage the enemies, switch up to the APC, and just kind of do a little back and forth. That way you're keeping that destruction up on the APC, trying to destroy that as quickly as you can, while also maintaining a little bit of crowd control.
I've been waiting to use this.
So yeah, and as you can see throughout several points of this little bout right here, you can see where, I'm not always just gunning for it blatantly. I'm choosing when to shoot at it. I'm choosing when to engage the enemies around me. I'm making sure I'm keeping myself repositioned in the best way possible. That way I have cover when I need it. One of the things that does help is using a reviver hive. So that way, if you ever do go down, it can help pick you back up like it just did for me right here. You also, something that can help you out too is the decoy. Because if you pop out the decoy at, like, the right moment, then it can help you distract some of the enemies off of you, giving you time to reposition yourself and realign in a spot where you will have a better vantage point on your targets. Alright, so one of the things that you're gonna see me doing a little periodically is just, like I said, going back and forth. However, around this point is when, for this run, I decided to, just go up the cliff, kind of give myself a little bit of breathing room in between the enemies, try to thin out the herd, because it seemed like not too many enemies were really spawning at this point. And then at this point, it also gives you like a little bit of time to where you can kind of peek over the edge and try to get some of those armor plates busted on the APC as well. And while I was doing this, you'll see coming up where that's when, right here, is when the Warhound teleported all the way across the other side. So, I didn't really have to escort it around. I didn't have to have a tank build to aggro the enemies. I didn't have to have an extremely high DPS build to eliminate them faster than they can eliminate the tank. I simply, like I said from the beginning, I ran straight for the first switch that's all the way on the left. I activated that. I ran across the riverbed, jumped into the window with the yellow tarp. I activated the switch there, ran back to the green crane, and then from there it's just all about just going back and forth between damaging the APC and, clearing out some of those enemies, kind of thinning the herd as it were. But yeah, so other than that, there's really not too much to go over from here. I will go ahead and add in a video for the build that I'm using. It'll be like a little short video at the end of this, as well as I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the description in the bottom below. So if you want to go and just read back on it, or you want to actually look and see for yourself what it is I'm currently utilizing, then you will be able to do so. But other than that, that's basically going to be it. There's a little bit more footage that I have here. For this next part, I will be making another video. It is going to be a longer video though, because I was still alone. I was trying to get the people who I was playing with earlier back. They didn't want to join back up with me. And so I was doing this part alone, and I will say that while it did take me a long time, I was able to complete this boss completely on my own. It was completely solo, using the same build. Um, you know, no help from anybody, just myself. So please stay aware. I'm gonna be working on that video and posting it later today. All right, you guys, peace and enjoy. Alright, so here we go. As I said, I'm gonna go over my build. It's real simple, nothing too fancy. It's just a high-end build, mostly with improvised gear pieces. But overall, yeah, check it out and let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Alright, so like I said, my build's pretty straightforward. I will say for my backpack, originally I wanted to slot in the Matador, but at the time I didn't have the blueprint to make it. So the Ceska works just as well. Also wanted to show off the skills I used. The sticky bomb, you're going to want to use the EMP for obviously the turbine boss on the Incursion, but for the most part, throughout most of the time, I was using the decoy. And then also, I kept having my reviver hive on just so it can go ahead and pick me up whenever I needed it. But yeah, other than that, like I said, that was my build right there. Nice and simple. Ignore the prototypes because as of right now, prototype doesn't work. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it.